Hello everyone, welcome to our paper presentation, Designing for Inclusive Experiences, Investigating Opportunities for Supporting Older Adults in Community-Based Social Programs. My name is Yushan Xing, and I'm from the University of Melbourne. I'm presenting this SIGCHI paper on behalf of my co-authors. Social connectedness is an essential human need and has positive effects on individuals' health and well-being. However, many older people experience a decline in social connections due to critical life transactions, such as retirement and the loss of social ties. Participation in community-based social programs is often one of the most important ways for independently living older adults to achieve social connectedness. These programs are often run by organizations such as local councils, libraries, community centers, and other established community groups. Such programs often include a variety of group activities. These include physical activities such as working groups and exercise classes, and non-physical leisure activities such as card games and crafting groups. Engaging in these activities enables older people to develop new friendships, build social support networks, and being more involved in community social life. Given these benefits, HCI researchers has explored ways to support independently living older people to better participate in community-based social programs. However, much of this work has involved older adults in making and creative activities. There has been little research on how technology can be used by community organizations to support older adults in less creative environment, such as social groups, digital literacy classes, and gentle exercises. Recent work has argued that community organizations and the people who work there have hands-on experiences of supporting older adults' social connectedness through technology, and they should be included in the technology design process. However, prior research has rarely examined the in situ role of technology in social programs involving older adults, staff members, as well as the social, physical, and community environment in which the programs are delivered. Given these, our study aimed to understand the following research questions. How is technology being used to support older adults in community-based social programs? And what are the key considerations when designing technology to support the social connectedness of older people in such programs? We conducted a 4-month field study at Connecting Well, an Australian community centre offers social programs for older adults. We applied ethnographic and co-design approaches in this study. The study was undertaken in 3 visits between March and July 2023, including initial site visits and interview in Phase 1, observations of social programs and staff interviews in Phase 2, and 2 rounds of co-design workshops with staff and older adults in Phase 3. The observed social programs included digital literacy classes, interest and social groups such as community choir and seniors morning tea sessions, and exercise classes. We invited staff members from Connecting Well and older adults program participants to take part in our research. In total, 35 people consented to be observed by the researcher while participating in social programs. Following these, 6 staff members and 9 older adults program participants agreed to participate in further research activities, including interviews and co-design workshops. The recruited staff members were all experienced in running or supporting social programs that involved older adults as program participants. Our data included written field notes, audio recordings of interviews, photos from observations and workshops, and other relevant materials collected from Connecting Well, such as program flyers. We standardized all the data into the text format and then used open and Excel coding techniques to make sense of and interpret the data. Our analysis led to 3 key findings from our study. First, our observations and interviews revealed that while technology usage varied in different programs, staff used technology in a situated way to maximize the inclusiveness of social programs for older adults. This included staff members communicating timely program information to participants based on their varying technology preferences. To achieve this, staff often needed to select the appropriate medium for different kinds of information sharing activity. For example, the community choir leader decided to use Google Drive when distributing sounds to participants. She explained that Google Drive worked best in this group, and it was easy to learn, and many of the older adults were on digital music platforms. In a different way, the facilitator in digital literacy classes used email to share class workbooks with participants, as most of the older adults in this group found emails comfortable to use. This example suggests that in social program settings, even something as simple as distributing class materials requires careful considerations by staff members based on their knowledge of the participant. We also found that staff members endeavored to naturally integrate technology into social program sessions to increase participants' digital literacy, even for programs that do not usually involve technology. For instance, we observed that Irina, the community choir leader, tried to introduce participants to Facebook during a choir session. During the session, Irina used her iPad to play a video of another choir on Facebook to a participant. This made some people curious to know how to access the video. Irina then did a detailed walkthrough to show people how to navigate to the web page by themselves. Under Irina's thoughtful facilitation, learning about technology became a natural byproduct of program participants' social activities, rather than an abrupt disturbance. Secondly, we find that the use of some technologies appear to affect the group dynamics during program sessions. In some cases, technology could facilitate incidental social interactions and group learning activities. For example, during seniors' morning tea sessions, participants occasionally use smartphones to share photos relevant to their conversations. These additional visual elements often promote more discussions within the group. However, technology could also make it challenging for some participants to engage in certain activities during the program delivery. For example, some participants might be excluded from information sharing across different social programs because they did not use the same platforms as other participants. This example suggests that the use of technology are interconnected with the social environment in community-based social program settings. Following observations and staff interviews, we conducted 2 rounds of co-design workshops. We aim to understand the views of staff and older adults on social connectedness and their preferences for designing and using technology to support community-based social programs. Our co-design workshop reviewed 3 main design preferences for technology use in community settings. This includes streamlining the interaction process to improve communication efficiency, providing flexible interactions, and promoting the continuity of social contacts in program sessions. Firstly, we find that participants tend to generate some futuristic technologies to communicate the information about social programs, with a preference of streamlined interaction flow with straightforward operations. Enzo and Dylan's design idea of microchips implanted communication approach of video sharing is a vivid example. We also found that technology should support group use in different social programs by providing more flexible interaction options. For example, some participants brainstormed an idea about getting help from a robot by simply speaking to a technology in digital literacy classes, which would be easier and more intuitive for them than using other technologies. Participants also discussed the potential of using tangible technologies to support fun activities in group settings. They suggest that such technology would be easy to learn and manipulate for many people simultaneously by simply playing with the concrete physical objects. Finally, some participants expressed that the technology designs should not be intrusive to the social environment of program delivery. For instance, Yelena, the community officer at Connecting Well, emphasizes that the use of technology should not prevent a participant from being aware of and engaging in group activities. She imagined a tabletop group game with touchable digital component for seniors' morning tea sessions. In this game, participants can touch the digital components on the table to get different topics as social prompts for conversations. Collectively, participants' ideas suggest that technology should be implemented as an aid to foster group dynamics and enrich social interactions embedded in existing social activities, rather than replacing or compromising them. we didn't discuss the significance of a paper to the CHI community. Our findings pinpoint 3 factors that contribute to understanding the use of technology in community-based social programs, namely the technological, social, and organizational context. These intertwined factors form the ecology of each program delivery. The technological context includes the devices participants own and the levels of comfort and familiarity with using new technologies. This could be mutually shaped by older adults and staff members. The social context includes the interplay between group social norms during program sessions and the use of technology during these sessions. The organizational context includes how the social programs are structured by organizations, the physical environment in which the programs operate, and what organizational resources are available for these programs. This study also identified 3 key preferences for technology designs to support older adults in community-based social programs. However, the current uses of technology observed in program sessions also demonstrate that supportive efforts are needed at multiple layers to ensure the inclusiveness and participation of older adults in these programs. Built on this, we present a 3-layered framework for informing the design of future technology to support older adults in community-based social programs, with a focus on leveraging on their design preferences to create inclusive program experiences. The first layer refers to the facilitation of articulation work for program delivery, especially in improving the communication efficiency between the organization and program participants. To achieve this, technology designs should support the coordination of program resources with streamlined communication process. The second layer aims to foster the social interactions during program sessions. It focuses on prompting incidental social interactions embedded in existing activities and creating multisensory program experiences. In this layer, technology designs should enable ad hoc group information sharing in co-located group settings, generate social prompts with more visual and verbal cues, and offer multisensory, seamless, and intuitive interaction options for people to interact with. The final layer aims to promote additional social connects among program participants and to increase their involvement in community life. This could be achieved by facilitating social connections between participants from different programs and fostering community involvement via hybrid communication channels. To meet these goals, technology designs should support asynchronous information sharing across different participants, local connection building and event discovery, as well as encouraging people to explore community life online. Here are some key takeaways from our study. First, we argue that rather than parachuting technology directly into its using context, a program ecology comprising the technological, social, and organizational context of each program should be considered when designing technology to support older adults in community-based social programs. Second, instead of developing technology-centered programs and activities, future technology should be designed and deployed to ensure the continuity of social interactions embedded in existing social activities, with an ultimate goal of improving the inclusiveness of community-based social programs for older adults.